And it's Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services Talking Business today at the Hudson Valley Direct Marketing Association here in Greenwich, Connecticut. Great session on marketing and digital marketing, how to navigate all that's going on with the platforms and finding customers. And we had a chance to talk with a great panel. We got two available to talk to us, Cristina Baluyut of Forbes and Mathew Kenyon from LiveIntent, our moderator. Start with Cristina. You had a lot of comments about how to find customers, targeting segment. What are some of the keys for you at Forbes?
So Facebook and the different platforms are really a big channel for us, as well as we're actively exploring other channels and testing, like including, let's say, LiveIntent and other, social media platforms.
So it's a mixture for you of direct mail and email, but also using the social media platforms where you can sometimes find a large audience.
Yeah, but my team is focused on digital, so it's the direct mail is handled by a different team. But as far as digital channels are concerned, so we run the gamut of across paid search, email, social.
Okay, and Mathew Kenyon, you brought up a lot of good questions today about finding customers, but really things that about the big platforms, Google, Facebook. About the cookie apocalypse that you brought up, Amazon, the challenge. You're working with these companies, but there are a lot of challenges. Tell us a little bit about, first you got to explain the cookie apocalypse.
Yeah, so the cookie apocalypse is with Apple putting in ITP2. We were talking a little bit about a large brand of ours that lost 20%, being able to track 20% of their orders. Google just announced that they're starting to make stricter cookie policies, and as you're starting to see more focus on third-party cookie and data really coming under fire and under attack, what will bring brands through this so that they can stay sustainable and grow as cookies become more and more perish more and more.
And you brought up the question, everybody smiled on the panel about attribution, being able to, who to credit the sale to when a customer will have touch points with various aspects of the sale. Why is attribution, in your mind, still a challenge?
You went to the one question we talked about. There's no silver bullet. It's a challenge because we're all surrounded by so much media, so much marketing that how do you allocate between, as mentioned, the different platforms, TV, billboards, direct mail, email, especially with this room, they really got it as being the original people-based marketing or the original direct mail marketing to a person, but now you can find that person wherever they are, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, LiveIntent, Amazon, and really how do you, once you're doing that, how do you attribute what drove that purchase?
Absolutely, and Cristina, you had a couple of comments today about privacy concerns, a California bill, a New York bill, which was new to me. I know there's also one in Washington State that is of a concern. What are some of the areas that you're concerned with and you're working on to protect customers at Forbes?
So we're streamlining our process, so we'll be able to comply with the new law and certainly informing the consumers on how their data is being used.
Sure. Any final thought on what you heard on the panel today at the Hudson Valley Direct Marketing Association?
It's very good to hear from other digital marketers that we face the same challenges and similar opportunities. So that's always good to get that perspective from and you're not just fishing in your own pond.
Okay, Cristina, thank you so much for joining us today. And Mathew, what was a final key thought that you felt the panel well developed today?
Wow, just the way this group spoke together and just the insights they bring and the professionalism, I was honored to be with this group. Going back to the attribution question, I would add when Joan Abrams brought up about a sports team and this a soccer field, how you're setting up the goal and all the different players, who really gets credit for that. I think that really resonated, and there were a couple other points that I know you're going to put out a little bit of of the stream, and or some others that will.
Well, let me ask you about. I mean, one of the big things, I use Facebook on a number of pages that I manage, and it's a lot of success. But we're always trying to figure out how to grow the audience. What are some of the challenges that you see at your level in dealing and working with Facebook effectively?
Yeah, the big one that came out today was just the amount of power and control they have and rising CPMs. It's pretty straightforward. Our advertisers have this challenge and they're looking for alternatives. And do you lean into Facebook, or do you make sure you're diversifying? And it sounds like, just like attribution, there's no silver bullet yet, but you need to be cautious.
Very good. Mathew Kenyon of LiveIntent. Great job moderating our panel here on digital marketing at the Hudson Valley Direct Marketing Association. We'll look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you, Ken. This was great. Thank you, Hudson Valley DMA and the panelists.
Absolutely. Great group here. I always enjoy their events. This is Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services Talking Business in Greenwich, Connecticut.